Hi guys, I've been getting dahlia bulbs in the mail, a few, and then I have my dahlias from last year. Here I am writing on that dahlia with a Sharpie, just to give you an example that you can do this. You can bury it, let it grow all summer, and then when you dig it up in the fall, you'll know what it is. Yeah, I haven't actually done that. I just wrote on it just now, so I'm not sure how it would do, but it should work, and Florette has done it, so let's see. We'll find out in the fall. So what I've done today, and I did this a few weeks ago, but today I potted up the rest of my dahlias that I hadn't potted up yet. And potting up is for pre-sprouting, and that's just to get them going and get them watered and in a warm spot with some sun so they can get going. And then when it is past the last frost date and they're not going to freeze, then in the ground, let's say the ground has gotten up to 60 degrees, then it's good to go and plant them out. I actually have planted some in my raised beds today. Actually, that's in the video in a few minutes, or in a minute or so. So, this gives them a head start. You start them 6 weeks before the last frost. You make sure they're healthy and firm. You start with really good tubers, and I'll go over the healthy tubers later with you. So, by the spring, they're all ready to grow. And you just want to tuck them into a pot 2 or 3 inches deep. That was Jameson. He's adorable. Okay, so anyway. So 2 or 3 inches deep. And then you just bring the soil up to last year's stem, and it can stick up over. Okay, these tubers, see those little dangly things? Those are the tail. And the thin part is called the neck. And then the top is the head. Right there, that's the neck. The stem was right there. Okay, so that stem can stick up above, so you're not burying these really deep. Kind of like peonies, you don't dig them deep either, or else they won't bloom. So once you get them planted in these pots, then you can stick your little label in. Me, personally, I don't care what is in each pot, and I should. Maybe next year I will do that, because I've got my bulbs, my tubers, all mixed up, and I don't know who's who at this point. So when they grow, I'll just look back on what did I buy, and then I'll get them marked, and then I'll be set. Once you get them potted up, you give them a little drink of water to hydrate, and you're going to let that drain. Now in those trays, that's the bottom watering, and I count to 10, and that gives, see all the little grooves in the bottom? It covers all the grooves. If I pour and I count to 10, and it's level, then you leave the pots in there, whatever kind of pots, whatever you're growing, and it'll suck up water from the bottom, wick that up into the pot. But after about half an hour, you're going to pour all that water off, because guess what I did? I'm leaving it in there for 5 days, and it's stinking, and I'm like, what's going on? No, you can just leave it in for half an hour. There's a lot to learn. Oh my gosh. So last year, I was watering them by pouring the water on top, and that was it. I mean, all my flowers. But then when I'd go to plant them and pop them out of their little cell trays, I could see that they had been dry forever, and the water just kind of channeled down to one little stream, ran through the pot and out the bottom. When you do go to plant the tubers, you plant them about a foot apart. These ones I'm going to go ahead and put on this side of our raised beds. On the other side where I'm standing, those are my 3 annual beds for cut flowers. And I figure, actually, they might not just be annuals. I might put foxglove right where I'm standing, on the other side of where I'm standing. And so these will tower over them. I'll have enough room to go in and harvest or check on these guys. I'll be able to tie them up to the trellis here. Anyway, so where I'm standing should be the tallest plants. And then to the left of the screen, they will go down in height. And we'll plant everything over there by the 6-inch spacing will go together, 9-inch spacing will go together, 12-inch spacing. Actually, those are the ones that are supposed to kind of come right at the back where I'm going to put my foxglove. Again, not very deep, but you do have to plant them deep in the way that you got to get them in there, and some of them are pretty big. And if they're hanging straight down, I go ahead and let them be however they want to be. Whatever they were before, I'm going to let them kind of do that. In case I didn't say it, those pots, you're going to put them in a warm, sunny spot where they can get 8 hours of sun. They're going to stay moist. You're going to keep them moist, but not wet. Almost everything wants to be moist, but not wet. When they get up to be approximately 12 inches tall or less, that's when you're going to want to plant them outside into that 60-degree soil, because everything's going to happen magically at the same perfect time. No, it isn't, but they should be 12 inches or less, and then they get planted out. If they're bigger than that, it's kind of detrimental a little bit to them. It's not the best. And that's about it. So, I can tell you my favorite dahlias. Actually, I don't know. You know what? Linda's baby is really pretty. Another one, I was surprised. I had this little orange one that was maybe 2 to 3 inches across. And it was so perfect and so beautiful. It made me fall in love with orange like you wouldn't believe. It was just gorgeous. And I did not get a lot of dahlias last year because you get them in the mail. They mail them to you when it's safe to ship, right? Well, that might be because they're further north, but I'm ready to go sooner. And then, if I'm not ready to put them in the pots and get them pre-sprouted or into the ground, and they sit, well, now they're behind, and I think that's what I did. My dahlias were behind, so they didn't have the nice fluffy soil. They didn't get in the ground fast enough, and I probably didn't keep them wet enough. So there is a lot to learn, a lot of mistakes. And so I just got a few off of each, and then one day I came outside and looked at my dahlias, and this will happen to you if you're growing dahlias. One day you'll come outside, and the frost will have come and snatched them from you, and that is kind of a sorry day. The good thing is there will be more dahlias, and you'll get to do it all again, and get to pick new ones, and you get to pull those ones out of the ground and see how many new tubers you have, which is awesome. And people might say they're ugly, but I think they're so cool. It's when you know it's coming out of that tuber, it makes it amazing. And all that color. Okay, this is this ugly potato looking thing. And they're related to potatoes, and they're edible, by the way, but don't go eating them, and then, just research everything yourself. Okay, so anyway, all that color comes out of this ugly potato looking thing. That's really interesting, and you don't know which one's going to be which. I don't know. I don't think there's any way to tell this tuber is going to be so-and-so just by looking at them without labels. Oh, I did order a group of mixed reds today. Oh my goodness. Because you worry about having enough for a bouquet of whatever flowers you've got, but this is already bouquet ready. If you grew these 4, you're going to have a bouquet. So hopefully hopefully they'll do well. And anyway, that's it for now. Happy planting. Thanks for watching.